Welcome. Tonight is the wrap-up of the May 10th, 2021 City Council meeting. We had a lengthy agenda, including a work session where we did a number of things, but including review the concept of an early retirement incentive program, in which our city administrator took a look at where our budget is and what the pros and cons would be of offering that. Obviously, generally a new hire would come in at a lower part of the pay scale, and the person leaving the incentive would be paying extra at that end of it. So we took a look at it and had a discussion. He will come back with a proposal at our next regular meeting on May 24th. Also wanted to note that all boards and commissions, not just the city council, but all boards and commissions will be live in person as of June 1st. As things continue to change, we will be back, not just for council meetings, but for all our boards and commissions live and in person. Had a number of items that were lengthy. There were 20 items on the consent agenda. A majority of them had to do with approving seasonal and part-time employees and entering some contracts and authorizing grants. At our regular meeting, we approved an item to buy fencing rather than rent it for the IRA Civic Center project whenever that begins. And the idea behind it is, for the price of the rental versus the price of having our own, it made sense because we could reuse it at future construction projects and community events without having to rent it in the future. So we took a look at that and hopefully made some cost savings in that regard. Then we moved on to adopting a resolution awarding the sale of general obligation utility bonds for the PUC that we discussed at a previous meeting. The bonds were awarded tonight, and the original loan had to do with the PUC's automatic meter reading and infrastructure. Tonight, at the last meeting, we discussed the reasons for refinancing, and we found out tonight that there's not going to be a savings on interest, but there will be a saving on the former covenants where there was insurance required. So we should be saving roughly $14,000 a year. And there's also now no longer a penalty if the PUC would wish to pay that off early. We then made some appointments to both the Planning Commission and the Grand Rapids Economic Development Authority. And then we had we had a public hearing for reviewing an amended 5-year capital improvement plan and property tax abatements and the issuance of general obligation bonds. For kind of two items lumped together to get a better offer for it. One is for the fire hall, and one is for the public trail improvements on the west end of town. We had Rebecca Kurtz here from our financial people with Ehlers, and she discussed the cost and the issuance of that. After the public hearing, we did approve the 5-year capital improvement plan and the issuance of bonds, and also the tax abatement involved with that. So those will go to bid, and we will have an opening of bids on June 14th, at which time she will come back to the council with the results of that. So a lot of financial stuff on the agenda this evening, but it was a good meeting, and we will be back on May 24th in 2 weeks. So have a good May.